Before you dive into design of a website, there are things you must consider prior to jumping into Photoshop. Welcome to episode 16. It's Don't Dive In. There's much to do first before we even consider Photoshop. Client goals, targets, aims, interviews, competitors and competitor reviews, user research, personas, user competitor testing, analysis and design research, and wireframes. Plan. It's really important for you to plan before you consider jumping into Photoshop. Jumping into design package and start designing is just irresponsible. Good design starts way before Photoshop. It can mean the difference between success and failure of your project. Mobile first, you've probably heard a lot about mobile first, and it really allows you to focus and ask the question, what is the most important things on the page, or the most important thing on the page that you want to concentrate on? Since you're dealing with such a limited screen, there's only so much you can fit on there, and that's the thing that I love about mobile first. It allows you to focus on the most important things. What can you exclude as well? It's not just what it works both ways, what you can include and what you can exclude from that. If you can exclude things in mobile, then it's likely you can exclude them on desktop too. Just for all markets, you consider mobile first. If you don't have a high usage on mobile currently, it's almost a certainty that you will in the future. It's said by 2015, I think, that mobile usage is going to be 50% of the web. That's absolutely huge. If you think about the home page, people are unlikely to come to your site to use the home page. They will use it as a stepping stone to find what they are looking for. The home page is normally the page that us designers start designing with, but that must change. However, the inner pages will get a lot more traffic than the home page. The inner pages are where most of the interaction is done, and the inner pages are where most selling is done. Your home page is important, but it's not the be-all and end-all. I would suggest not designing your home page first and working on these inner pages. Allows you to focus on the calls to actions from these inner pages, and it's the hugely important parts of the site. A style guide approach in which you focus on the elements first and then build up the pages is also another option. So instead of designing a whole page, you would really focus on, let's say a web form or even a button, and really allow you to focus on that, then build up your website from all the different elements. It's an interesting approach. Also, when we're talking about typography, instead of it being an afterthought and it being something that's waited till the end and just stick in a few fonts or change the font at the very end, designing inner pages first allows you to really focus on the typography. The typography of a site is really important. It gets you to think strongly about the user's journey throughout the site. If you start on an inner page and you really do think about how the user uses that site, what they're going to click on next, what other options to click on, when they're going to view the home page, when they're going to view a category page, a tag page, it really allows you to focus on the user's journey throughout the site. From there, work up the ladder. So if you're working on an inner page, let's say in a news site, then the next page to work on would be the category page, and then maybe on the home page after that. I would probably leave your home page to last. It just makes you allowed to think about things a lot more clearer and what's going to be the best approach for your site. You can also consider designing in the browser. As I alluded to in a separate video, I don't personally really like starting immediately designing in the browser. It restricts creativity and speed of creation of design elements. But it's certainly an option for you. I think the best approach is to start in Photoshop, something like a design package like that, and get a really good look and feel for your pages. And then once you're happy with them, then go into the design in browser and tweak different bits from there. So a summary. Think mobile first. What's really important? Also, don't design the home page first. Design inner pages first and then work up from there. Also consider designing in the browser.
Keep up with the shows. The best way is probably on Twitter. My personal account is Johnny Mac, and there's the web payload account. There's also the RSS feed, and there is also traditional email, which is a great way to keep up with the shows. Thanks.